Hello and welcome to That Man. That is my merchandise, and today I want to look at some absolute beautiful artwork on manga and light novels. Now, I'm not going to lie, I kind of got this idea from Highland Manga, so blame her. But seriously though, if you like manga and kind of vlogs and stuff like that, check out Highland Manga's channel. She's got a lot of really great stuff going on there. Definitely worth checking out. I'll leave a link in the description, and yeah, definitely check it out because she's doing a lot of great stuff with manga and a lot of unique things and unique takes on manga. So guys, let's get excited and let's have a look at artwork for manga. Now, these are my personal choices. These are manga that are light novels that I have personally picked. They caught my eye. There is there's about 10 of them. Actually, this was actually quite difficult to get down just to 10 because originally I started off looking at stuff where it was just the covers, and then I kind of moved on to light novels because we obviously have to be aware that light novels have a lot less content than manga does in terms of artwork. However, overall for some light novels the content is actually a lot stronger, and these are titles that potentially just caught my eye when picking up a new series, or they are always a treat just to look at on the shelf. So this is just an opinion list. I would like to see your own guys, see what you guys think about it. But for me, these are the ones that have went beyond, the ones that are the cream of the crop. They are the ones that are plus ultra, as some of you might call it. And we can't talk about being plus ultra without talking about that one series that embodies plus ultra. That one series that talks about going beyond your limits. Go beyond plus ultra. And that series is, of course, the saga of Tanya the Evil. See? It even says plus ultra as the second volume. I don't know any other series that goes beyond plus ultra as Tanya the Evil does. Tanya the Evil is a weird one because it is a light novel, but look at that! Look how insane she looks! Jesus Christ, she's just like, that's ridiculous! She looks so unique, she looks so tortured, she looks absolutely ridiculous, and I absolutely love each and every one of these volume covers because they always depict Tanya in a ridiculous way. It's one of those series, which won't be the last one, that has the ridiculous faces. Other series include Kakegurui and no matter how much I look at it as you guys' fault, I'm not popular, both of which came close to being on this list, but they just weren't. In fact, they probably could have been. In fact, a lot of series I've got probably could have been, but Tanya the Evil, yeah, I mean, I absolutely adore this light novel, and I adore the way that she looks absolutely deranged on the cover. It looks so unique and looks so different on the shelf compared to a lot of other series. Now, I am going off the cover. There is a handful of like images inside, but they are few and far between. But realistically, they do make up for quality and not quantity. So like I said, we do get a lot of absolute beauty stuff. And with a series called Tanya the Evil, we do get a lot of gruesome stuff and a lot of pondering and stuff like that. We get a lot of military looking stuff, and it's nice and unique compared to the usual kind of ecchi. I'm not gonna lie, there will be ecchi in this list. The second one I want to talk about is, of course, there's one series that I put in every single list that it's not even funny anymore. That is One Piece. People used to always say I can't get into the art of One Piece. One Piece's art really puts me off. Those people are now blind. Those people are wrong. And yeah, it's hard to see. I mean, look at that. How can you not love that cover? This is actually my favourite cover. The reason being, it's got my favourite character on. It also holds a lot of nostalgia as well. It's one of the very first volumes I picked up when I started collecting the Japanese one. The reason I collect the Japanese one is because, well, at the time the I think when this is volume 44, 45, the English one was on like volume 6 at the time. So yeah, but yeah, I absolutely adore the art of One Piece. It's so amazing. It's such a good eye catcher. It does start off a little rough around the edges. It looks quite basic, but it just gets better and better and better as time goes on, to the point that, in my opinion, I would probably put this as easily in the top 5, but I thought that's too obvious. I'll not do that. So yeah, yes, definitely One Piece, definitely such a beautiful manga, such a lot of great amazing scenes, and a lot of great content in there that, in my opinion, it still is one of the cream of the crop for shonen. Other shonen series, there is a lot of ones that are actually catching my eye at the moment. Promised Neverland has its unique taste on kind of stuff. Kimetsu no Yaiba, Food Wars, which has just ended, was basically that food porn, and the hentai that was, well, and the ecchi that went with it. And those were so close to going in, but I was like, I didn't want to just fill it with shonen. This is a top 10 list, but this is a kind of like, there may other beautiful series that I'm going. That it's like I said, art is subjective, so it's one of those things. So next up is a series that this volume caught my eye, and I picked it up and I gave it a chance, and I thought, yeah, I'll see what it looks like. And sometimes artwork does catch your eye enough that you want to try out the series. And for me, the one that embodies this the most is easily Precarious Woman Executive Miss Black General. Look how ridiculous that looks. It looks like a comic book. It looks comic. It just looks stupid. The characters look absolutely clear. The borders just like, it's like a warning sign. There's even a volume 1. It's like this is a comic. The artwork in these is really fun. It's really over the top. It's nothing that's gonna be. It's not going to win an art contest or anything like that compared to some of the other series, but it's clear, it's defined, and it's over the top, ridiculous fun. It's very difficult to compare something that's quite serious, like say like Tandy the Evil, where the artwork looks like something like from war stuff, like from war area, to something that's clearly slapstick. But Precarious Woman Executive Miss Black General really does its job. If you've never read this one and you like your comedy ecchi stuff, definitely check this one out. It's a lot of fun. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's essentially the story of a girl who's really in love with a superhero that she decides to become a supervillain, because how else are you going to get closer? Supervillains see superheroes every single day. So yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. If you like stuff like Konosuba, you will really enjoy this one. Definitely check it out. But yeah, the artwork is absolutely beautiful. I always have a great time with this one. Definitely try and check this one out if you like ridiculous stuff. The next one is another one that is kind of like, for me, it's just like, yeah, it goes well with everything, and that is Golden Kamuy. I haven't read up to date, I'm nowhere near up to date on this one, but yeah, this one is always one that is absolutely ridiculous. It goes from being absolute slapstick ridiculous to being really over the top detailed, and especially because considering we're dealing with stuff like, it's a food manga, it's a survival manga, it's an adventure manga, it's a murder manga, it's got everything going for it. And the artwork is absolutely fantastic for what it's doing with it. We do get a lot of beautiful, even look at the back, I mean look how nice that just looks on the back of there. It looks really nice, but it's like even then we get so many details, nice looking images here and there, and it also is absolutely ridiculous when it wants to be too. It's absolutely amazing, and the artwork does really help itself out, at least in my opinion. Definitely check it out if you do like unique artwork and you do like a down-to-earth ridiculous story. Yeah, that's what we're going with. Yeah. Next up is a series that I've long spoke about, and I'm only going to touch on it, is Dr. Stone. Boichi's work is very hit and miss, but for me, the covers are absolutely beautiful. If the cover work wasn't great, I probably wouldn't be collecting it, I would just be buying it digitally. But this looks like something that's great on the shelf, and the artwork goes from being ridiculous, like there's a lot of ridiculous in here as you can imagine, but look, I mean, that just looks so good. And it's a series that's kind of like, yeah, you either love it or hate it. It's kind of the Marmite of artwork. Boichi's artwork is yeah, the guys look really over the top, muscly, buff, and the girls look beautiful, but their eyes are a little bit weird. But yeah, I love the artwork in this one, and it manages to handle slapstick ridiculously well while keeping it grounded in the works as it should be. I love this series, and yeah, and it's going to be one that I'm just excited to see it ongoing, because it's just like, yeah, I'm not going to touch too much on it because it's like, I feel like I talk about Dr. Stone a lot, but the artwork, yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. Next up, we have yet another light novel, and that one we have Overlord. I mean, look at how that looks. That is absolutely fantastic, and it's only accentuated with the fact that we get absolutely beautiful hardback editions of this this novel. It's not so that like Tanya and Evil is more a novel than a light novel, but yeah, I mean, I'm always amazed by it's Sobin who does the artwork for this series, and I kind of wish that they would keep this kind of artwork for the anime, but a lot of the ridiculous stuff just wouldn't work. It's always a treat just to see it, and I'm always amazed by how it looks, to the point that I was just like, yeah, absolutely beautiful artwork for an absolute fantastic series. It really makes it look unique. It looks out of the park. Obviously, it doesn't match with some of the content. Like I said, we do have some absolute ridiculous stuff because, of course, it's a light novel, but yeah, the artwork for Overlord is one of the things that made me absolutely fall in love with the series so many times over. And I'm always excited to see what a new artwork looks like, because it's one of those things, even in here, you probably can't really see much of what's going on. It's one of those ones you've got to proper look at it. But even volume 1, it's like, you look at it and it's like, yeah, that's the thing, but the more you look at it, the more you appreciate it, and it's one I would absolutely adore to have some of Sobin's collections being able to go on my wall. I mean, yeah, I could buy that collector's edition of Overlord Volume 2, but I'm not gonna do that. It's expensive. What's that? Coming over the hill. Is it a monster? No! It's a Gundam! Gundam, the origin. Enough said. Look at this. The artwork is absolutely fantastic, and again, it's another one that is really done well on a hardback cover. But even including that, I've been reading through it, and the artwork is so simple. It's so simple yet so defined. There's a lot of stuff going in each and every panel, and it is really fantastic how it's done. I feel like it kind of gains a lot of points with just this kind of hardback cover, but yeah, it's absolutely beautiful, and I absolutely love it. I'm so happy that we are getting a great Gundam series brought to life, and it gets me excited for picking up something like Thunderbolt down the line. Once I'm done with this one, I will definitely pick it up. I haven't read that much into Gundam. I've bought 3 volumes, but it's like, yeah, I'm just so in love with this release that it's absolutely fantastic. Next up is a series that a lot of these series are going to be stuff I've talked about a lot, but this one is Yotsuba. Or Yotsuba and exclamation mark. Yotsuba, the first few volumes, the artwork is decent, but you can see he really takes his time. It's so many mundane things on these covers, but they look at the amount of detail in that. That is so much detail on there. It looks absolutely fantastic, and a lot of the artwork does manage to follow up with it. Each and every panel, you can kind of see a lot of fun little things. Yotsuba kind of stands out because she's like drawn. It's kind of like One Punch Man, where on Mob Psycho, where they kind of just draw them like seriously, and then just like all ridiculous at one point. One Punch Man probably should have been on here as well. Another great one with great artwork. There's so many great artworks. But yeah, Yotsuba, I just love the way these kind of come out and how they just look. They just look so fantastic, and I always feel like it's a treat just seeing what it is. It's mundane stuff. It's not got a giant robot like Gundam does. It doesn't have just a main character just with their face kind of up close like this. It's beautiful, and each of the volume covers are beautiful. Each of the covers, the side covers are beautiful, or they're just the ridiculous. But the content inside just matches up with it, and it's so good. So number 2, and this is one where the covers kind of look okay to great, but the stuff inside is absolutely amazing. Prison School is one of those series that you either love it or you hate it, but most people love it. It's not for the faint of heart. There is a lot of grotesque, etchy stuff in here, but it's all done fantastically well. You can have a girl just like trying to do squats practically naked to two guys looking like they're making out in showers, but each and every panel is done fantastically well, to the point that they even have stuff where they have like people's necks look phallic. Yeah, if artwork can make people's necks look phallic, you know that you're doing well. I'm just trying to see if there's anything that's kind of like over the top that I can kind of just, for example here. Yeah, I mean the artwork looks absolutely fantastic, and it is the king of crazy faces, like we said with Tanya the Evil and Kakegurui. Prison School is the king of ridiculous faces. Oh, maybe Konosuba's got ridiculous faces too. But yeah, Prison School for me is definitely number 2. The artwork is always brilliant. It always is over the top, ridiculous, and manages to just be stupid. Absolutely stupid. So before we get to number 1, I do want to look at some of the others that I've kind of done and we've covered. And these are, well, I say done and covered. These are the ones that I kind of wanted to put in, but there was always something that kind of dropped me down. And these were ones where the covers kind of made it more than anything else. And these 3 are Interspecies Reviews, Chiyo's School Road, and Teasen Master Takagi-san. These 3 are all ones where they're all got really nice covers and they all look unique and they all look over the top. But I don't know, the artwork inside doesn't quite match up with them. There's the kind of just like, yeah, they're decent, but I just kind of wanted to mention them as being, I mean, look at that, that looks ridiculous. That's about a girl going on a school journey. She's going to school. That's basically the plot of it. Yeah. But yeah, it's one of those series, they're just series where they're just kind of like, yeah, they're decent, but they're not anything, yeah, I wouldn't say they're the cream of the crop like I would some others. Number 1 is a series that I absolutely adore, and I will stand by and say it is probably the most beautiful manga, off the top of my head, is the most beautiful manga I can think of. Each and every panel looks absolutely fantastic, and we do get a lot of beautiful comedy moments with it, but dear God, the scenery is just exquisite. That is Laid Back Camp. Now, volume 2 of mine is my favourite because it's in the dark. But this is a series about camping. It's about the great outdoors and just taking in the beauty of Mother Earth, taking on what we've got for granted. And so many times this is captured in this series. The characters look absolutely adorable. Yes, it's a Moe Girl series. Darn Moe blobs. But it works so well. It works so well in the fact that it's kind of just looks so beautiful, and I really appreciate it for that. I'm just trying to see so there we've got like, it's just like, it's a forest. Yeah, look at that, it's a forest. Night drive. And yeah, they're just chilling with a dog. it's one of those series that just keeps on giving, and it's absolutely beautiful. Out of all of the series that I'm actually collecting, this and Prison School are the ones I get most excited for. Konosuba 2 for a new volume to be released. I mean, I'm excluding Doctor Stone and One Piece and the Shonen because they're on the Shonen Jump app. I read them every week, but these are the ones where as soon as they come out, I was just like, I must get this, I must get this, I must get this. It looks absolutely beautiful, and almost every single page is filled with absolute beautiful artwork. If you love the beauty of manga, Laid Back Camp is the must-have volume, the must-have series for art lovers, in my opinion. It is absolutely fantastic. It's just, I can just gush on. I can just say it's fantastic and beautiful over and over again, but you need to read it to believe it. Please, 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 if you are considering picking up a new series, by all means pick up Yotsuba, pick up Prison School, but try and check out Laid Back Camp. It's a series that is absolutely beautiful, and it shows the beauty of the world. Yotsuba does do this for a more rural, a more of a kind of a town kind of thing, the beauty of towns, but this is the beauty of the world around us. And both of these series are kind of stuff that you can kind of find in everyday life. I mean, I'm lucky I live in the UK, so I get attached to a lot of the stuff like this, and I know a lot of people from the UK community will enjoy this if you've been camping, or if you've just been to the lakes, or if you've been out in the country for a day. You will enjoy, you will appreciate this. But Yotsuba, if you like the beauty of the real world, if you're a beauty of towns, that's a good one too. That's it from me. I know we went on for quite some time, but let me know in the comments what you think is the most beautiful. I know I'm going to get a lot of One Punch Man, a lot of JoJo ones, but for me, those were ones where they just kind of, they didn't just fit the grade. There was some issues that I just didn't, I like them, but there was, yeah, I just kind of felt that these ones were a little bit more. But please let me know, and if you did like this, please leave a like, and please consider subscribing. And while we're at it, check out Highland Manga's content. She's doing a lot of great stuff and was the inspiration for this video. Thank you very much for coming, and thanks very much for staying. Goodbye.